Disney Mickey's Christmas Carol. Miserable Ebenezer Scrooge thinks Christmas is all humbug, but then the ghost of Jacob Marley and his late business partner warns Scrooge he will be visited by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. Can Scrooge change his way in time to help Tiny Tim, his clerk's ill son, and find his Christmas spirit after all? Disney's Mickey's Christmas Carol. One snowy Christmas Eve, one person was not thinking about trees or presents. His name was Ebenezer Scrooge. Scrooge hurried past a group of carolers. "God bless you, sir," one of them called out. "Please spare the coin for a poor hungry child." "Bah, humbug," replied Scrooge. "If the poor want to be rich, let them work as hard as I can do." With his cane, Scrooge knocked the snow from the sign above his office door. He was thinking about his partner, Jacob Marley, who had passed away 7 years ago. That very night, he was a good one. He robbed the widows and swindled the poor. Scrooge chuckled to himself. Scrooge's clerk, Bob Cratchit, was busily working. "It's freezing today," he thought. "Surely Scrooge won't miss one little piece of coal." "Caught you!" Scrooge shouted, bursting into the room. "That coal costs a pretty penny, you know." "I was just trying to thaw my ink," stammered Cratchit. "Bah! You used a piece last week," then mercilessly Scrooge replied. "Now get back to work." Old Scrooge sat down at his desk and lovingly polished his gold coins until they glowed brightly. He weighed them on the scales and stacked them carefully on the desk top. With a quill pen, he scratched figures in an enormous book. Suddenly, the door flew open with a bang. "Merry Christmas!" cried Scrooge's nephew Fred, offering his uncle a wreath and an invite to Christmas dinner. "What's this? Poor Cratchit still working on Christmas Eve?" "Bah, humbug!" snorted Scrooge, snatching the wreath from Fred and throwing it into the fire. "We never close. Now good day to you, sir. There is work to be done." Fred tipped his hat and left, giving Cratchit a look of pity. "Oh, to spend Christmas Day at home?" thought Cratchit as he jumped down from his stool. "Mind you are in even earlier the day after, and don't forget my dirty laundry," snapped Scrooge. Cratchit nodded as he snatched up the bag of laundry and shouted, "Merry Christmas!" as he laughed. Scrooge locked up his office and hurrying home. "Am I seeing things? No, it couldn't be Jacob Marley. Is that you?" gasped Scrooge, looking at his door knocker. The face on the door called softly, "Scrooge!" Frightened, Scrooge yanked open the door, ran inside, and slammed the door behind him. Scrooge flew up the stairs 3 at a time, but behind him he could hear the sound of chains clanking. Looking over his shoulder, he froze in his tracks. It was the ghost of Marley. Scrooge ran into his bedroom and bolted the door shut. He sank down in his chair. He knew that no door had ever kept a ghost out, although this ghost knocked politely before he floated in. "Scrooge, don't you recognize your old friend?" asked the ghost. "I was your partner, Jacob Marley." Suddenly, the ghost tripped over Scrooge's cane, knocked over the chair, then landed in a heap of top of it. A defeated thud shook the room as a heavy chest fell beside them. The real Jacob Marley was never some clumsy, said Scrooge. Do not mock me, boomed the ghost. If I am clumsy, 'tis because of this chains I must always carry with me. What about the chest? Exclaimed Scrooge. Let me take a look. Stop, thundered the ghost. The chest is heavier than all the treasure in the world. All my miserable deeds are locked in here and changed to me forever. I can never be free. I come to warn you, Scrooge. Change your ways, or you are doomed. You will be visited this night by 3 spirits. Listen to them well, for only they can save you now. In an instant, Marley was gone. Scrooge quickly pulled on his nightshirt and cap and hopping into bed. A little figure appeared wearing a top hat holding an umbrella. The hour has come, Mr. Scrooge, he called. There is not a moment to lose. But who are you? Crowed Scrooge. I am the ghost of Christmas past, the figure replied. Do as I say. A midget? Snickered Scrooge. You did not frighten me. Silence, ordered the spirit. If men were measured by their kindness, you would be smaller than a grain of sand. Catch hold of me, for we are going back to a time when Christmas was not humbug. The window flew open, and instantly Scrooge and the spirit of Christmas past soared over rooftops and chimneys, the spirit's red umbrella keeping them afloat. They stopped outside the window of a brightly lit house. It's Isabel, cried Scrooge, remembering the girl he'd once loved. But who is that she is dancing with so merrily? That man was so Scrooge, whispered the spirit, in the days when you two were kind and cheerful. Then the spirit whisked Scrooge away to another scene.